Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks for liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. Today's video, I will give you a list of 10 must-have items if you want to live in the Villages, Florida. Let's turn the camera around and talk about these 10 items that every villager should have. Number one on the list is I think every villager should have a golf car. Those golf cars are very nice to have. They're very convenient, especially if you want to drive to a town square. You will find parking much easier if you drive your golf car to a town square. Sometimes it can be difficult to find parking for your car, or if you do find parking for your car, it'll be further away from the town square than you could park if you had a golf car. So number one on the list is a golf car. The second item on the list that every villager must have is a village's identification. And with that village's identification, you should also know the village's identification comes with a PIN number that you use to make reservations for your executive golf course tee times. A lot of villagers don't realize that your ID card has a PIN attached to it, and you need that PIN to make golf course tee times. Number three on the list, every villager should have sunblock or sun protection. It gets warm in the villages. It gets super hot in the summertime. I can't explain how hot it gets, but you should always have sunscreen on, or you should be wearing long sleeve shirts and pants. You should wear a hat, and even if you do that, you still might have skin trouble. And I think every villager should also have a dermatologist. I recommend you see a dermatologist at least one time per year, if not more often. I personally had bouts with skin lesions. I had several skin spots taken off my skin. They were precancerous. I never had an issue with the sun when I lived in the north, but I had an issue shortly after I moved to Florida. So I think every person should have a dermatologist that they see once or twice per year. Number four on the list of must-haves is air conditioning. I don't know how anybody could live in Florida without air conditioning. It gets really hot. It's really humid in summertime. Number five on the list of must-haves in the villages is you need to know, in case of an emergency, where you are going to go, what hospital or what clinic or what emergency room. You need to know where that is. You should also know your dentist. In the event of an emergency, where your dentist or what dental clinic you're going to see. I think it's important. I know there are a lot of snowbirds that don't plan on using the medical in the villages, but I think you should have an idea, in the event of an emergency, where you're going to go, because not all insurance covers all the medical care in and around the villages. So have that planned out ahead of time in the event of an emergency where you're going to go. Number 6 on the list, and this comes from one of my subscribers, and it is a good idea to have an emergency weather radio. The Villages is known as the lightning capital of America. They do get a lot of severe weather, not only hurricanes and tropical storms, they get a lot of thunderstorms and lightning storms as well. They do get an occasional tornado in Florida. So I do think it's a good idea to have a weather radio, emergency weather radio. Number 7 on the list of must-haves for every villager, you should have a copy of your recreational calendar that's provided by the recreation centers near where you live. They do publish those calendars. They also have them online, so you know what times some of the events are going to occur. For instance, pickleball, beach volleyball, water polo, water volleyball, water aerobics, things like that that you're interested in. They do publish calendars at your recreation center, or you can go online and look them up, but you should have those if you're interested in being active in the villages. And you should also know where your recreation center is located. Number 7, actually number 8 on the list, you should have a hurricane prep kit, preparation kit. And you should have a flashlight as well as a water supply. I carry 2 cases of water in my garage at all times throughout the year. So you should have an idea of what kind of hurricane prep kit you want to put together. Usually that is extra water, a flashlight, extra flashlights, batteries. Some people will have extra gas cans in their garage, but I'm not sure I would do that. It gets really warm in summer. So have an idea of what you're going to do when a hurricane hits. Have a hurricane prep kit. You should also have an idea of what you're going to do in the event your golf car breaks down. Believe it or not, golf car breakdowns are fairly common in the villages, including flat tires. Sometimes those golf cars overheat and they just stop working, and they will break down in the middle of a golf cart path, especially if you do a lot of driving with your golf car in the summertime. Have a plan what you're gonna do with that golf car if you break down 5 miles away from where you live, or if you have a flat tire. I have a plan for a flat tire. I carry a spare tire in my garage at all times. In the event I have a flat, I just need to navigate my way back home, get the tire, go back to the golf car, and swap the flat tire out. If your problem is more severe than that, you should have an emergency service number, phone number in your phone so you know who to call, so they can come and get your golf car. That's number 9 on the list. Number 10 on the list, what every villager should have is patience. Every villager needs to exercise patience. I see a lot of road rage on both the roads that people drive their cars on. I also see road rage on the golf cart paths. What is going on with the villagers? They're all retired. Why are their tempers so short? So number 10 on the list of must-have items, every villager must have patience. There you have it, friends. That is my list of 10 must-have items if you live in the Villages, Florida. Please leave comments below. Feel free to share the video with your friends. Have a great week. Take care, everyone.